Hi everyone, I don't know how you found me, but I'm glad you're here. Today I have a great video for you guys. This is called Pumpkin Spice Cake. Now what I love about it is simplicity. It only needs technically a couple ingredients: a box of super moist spice mix, 1 can of pumpkin puree, and 2 eggs. That's all you need for the cake. That's it. And then for the icing, I'm going to do a cream cheese icing, not buttercream, but that requires 1 8-ounce block of cream cheese, softened. It's been at room temperature for about 4 hours. Half a stick of salted butter. I'm not using unsalted because that way I have to add salt. Pure vanilla, and I'm going to change the frosting to an orange color so it'll look more like pumpkin. Welcome to my channel. I'm Jennifer. I got this recipe from Carrie S., who I work with. We had a potluck last week, technically a sprinkle. If you guys aren't familiar like I wasn't, you're not supposed to have 2 baby showers. One of our co-workers was having their second baby and had a sprinkle. In parentheses, you're supposed to have only diapers because you're not supposed to have 2 showers, which I didn't know that because I don't have any children. You guys know that. I got 2 eggs and some walnuts. She didn't add any nuts because, like I said, it was for a work party and we didn't know if everybody could have nuts. So I'm going to get everything set up, turn the camera around. Let's get cooking. Okay everyone, I got my spice cake mix here. I'm gonna go ahead and put this in the bowl. Now the box, and I didn't ask Carrie, I should have asked, do I need the mixer? But just in case I have my mixer out, according to the box, you can use your hand or you can use the mixer. So we're gonna try it with the hand and make sure. And you need 2 eggs. And it's always safe to crack your eggs separately in case there's a bad egg. You don't ruin your whole dish by dumping the egg in, cracking it over your whatever you're cooking, and the egg is black or old or something. Plus you won't get a shell. So I have that in there like that. And you need 1 full can of the puree, pumpkin puree. Do not, let me grab a fork. Do not get the pumpkin pie mix because that will mess up your dish. So make sure, sorry about that, it's the puree. I'm gonna go ahead and mix the eggs in there first. And I have a 9 by 13 pan. This is supposed to cook for only 30 minutes. And she said to disregard all of the other ingredients on the box. And you're talking about moist. And like for those that know me, I do not like cake, only chocolate cake. That was one of the best cakes I ever had in my life. I kid you guys not. That cake was absolutely delicious. I put a piece on 2 paper plates and taped it and transported it home and left it on the counter. And the next day it was still just as moist. That, like I said, that's when I said I had to make this for you guys to turn you on to something easy, because you know my channel is about easy, quick, and not difficult stuff for the beginner. I'm just gonna scrape all this pumpkin puree out, and you don't add any other spices or seasoning to this. And the funny thing is, when I tasted it, I was working up a triage and she was working in the back, and I immediately got up and was like, Carrie, I'm yelling through the ER. I said, tell me one thing, is that cake, is that a homemade cake or is that a box cake? Because if it's a homemade cake, I have no desire to know anything else about it. She said, no, Jen, it's a box cake. And I said, oh, you got to tell me how to make it because that's right up my alley. So yeah, as you see, I'm mixing this up and I'm mixing it by hand. I think I'm going to go ahead. Let me put you guys on pause and I'm going to use the mixer because this will take way too long and too much work. So I'll be right back. Okay. Yeah, this will mix better with the mixer. So even though the box, well, the box didn't say it had pumpkin puree to it, but like I said, use the mixer. Definitely easier to mix. I'm just mixing this until smooth, and this only cooks for 30 minutes in the oven. You can't beat that. And like I said, I'm going to show you how I make the frosting. Hers was all white, but I added orange food coloring to this. Because when the cake came out, it was not orange at all like this color, but we'll see how mine turns out. I'm going to scrape it just to make sure that it's thoroughly mixed at the bottom and stir it. Yeah, this is, like I said, this is one of my favorite cakes, and I'm not a pumpkin fan, so anybody that's not a pumpkin fan, you're definitely going to have to watch this and thank me later down below if you try this recipe. I'm going to go up on high. Okay, that should do it. If you got kids, this is something they would love to lick. I don't have any children. When I was a kid, my mother always gave us these, and we would lick them. And then I'm so greedy, I would always tell her to leave some in the bowl so I could have more. But she said she always needed it for her cake. So I'm gonna go ahead and spoon this into the cake pan. Like I said, this is a 9 by 13, and I did spray it. It said different temperatures on. You have to read the box, but depending on what kind of pan you're using, and I'm using a metal pan. This is about the same size that Carrie S brought in for us. And like I said, I stole about 1/4 of the cake. That's why I had cake to bring home, and I rode home on it on the front seat of my car to have it. Maybe stick on that. I'm just gonna smooth this out. And this cooks for only 27 to 30 minutes. So I am gonna set the timer for this cake and then take it out of the oven, let it cool. And I'm gonna next show you guys how to make the cream cheese frosting. And like I said, she didn't have any nuts in hers. I'm adding nuts to my frosting because it's just my husband and I who'll be eating this. So I don't have to worry about the nuts, the walnuts. And so that's it. Now you can't beat that. 2 eggs and pumpkin puree. Make sure you do not get pumpkin pie filling. That will be a no-no. So there it is. Tap this a little bit. Make sure it's smooth. Okay, so I'm put you guys on pause, put this in the oven. I'll be back in about 27 minutes. Okay guys, that's my timer. I'm gonna go ahead and went exactly 27 minutes. So I'm gonna take the cake out, and I've checked it with the toothpick already. It came out clean. So yeah, everybody's oven is different. And there it is. So my girlfriend Carrie S, she recommended that I let this cool completely. Okay everyone, I'm gonna show you how I make the frosting for this delicious pumpkin spice cake. Now anybody that knows me knows, like I said, I really don't care for cake at all. But when I had this at a potluck 2 weeks ago, I about went crazy. That was 8 ounces of room temperature cream cheese. And this is a 1/2 stick of salted butter. Now most recipes say don't use salted butter, but you have to add the salt. And the lady who gave me this recipe said that didn't make sense to her because this way you don't have to add the salt's already in there. So now I'm gonna mix this and get this really, really smooth. Okay, and this is considered a cream cheese frosting, not a buttercream frosting, because buttercream you add a lot more butter. And this recipe calls for 3 to 4 cups of powdered sugar, depending on the consistency you like it. So we're gonna go one at a time. So this will be 1 cup of powdered sugar. And you wanna do 1 cup at a time. You don't wanna dump all 3 of them or 4 in there at once. So that's 1 cup. And I'll get this mixed. Not sweet enough for sure. And you always want to scrape down your sides and get this mixed together. So that was 1 cup powdered sugar. So now we're going to do a 2nd cup. She said it took 4. And when I looked up the recipes for most cream cheese frosting, it takes 3 to 4, depending on how sweet you like it. And you know I like my stuff really sweet. We're going to call that a cup. And her cake, when she brought it in, the frosting was not orange. She left it white. I'm gonna add, you know, like I showed you in the ingredients, some food coloring to this and turn this orange. Let me mix this again. Okay, yes, it's pretty thick. And I also read in a recipe that if it's too thick for you, you can go ahead and add a little bit of milk to this. So I have another bag of powdered sugar. So this will be number 3. Let's see how this works out. See, I don't like messing with powdered sugar because it makes a mess. But this cake is so delicious, you guys are gonna thank me. Like I said, you saw the ingredients. You only need 1 box of cake mix and 2 eggs and a can of pumpkin puree, and that's it. And then the frosting is the hardest part. Yeah, the frosting is the worst part because it makes such a mess. And I'm gonna go 4 cups because I'd rather it be too sweet or not sweet enough. So we'll go right about 4 cups. Well, we'll say 3.5. So I'm tired of wrestling with this. And at this point, we're gonna add a little bit of vanilla flavoring. This is pure vanilla extract, as I said. I'm gonna scrape down the sides. To get this all mixed. See, it makes such a mess. That's why I don't bake. And I know people who watch all my videos know I said I would never bake a cake. Well, I lied. This would be probably, I might make another one, but this is so good you're gonna thank me for this. Okay, scrape down the sides and give it one last good mix. And then when the cake cools, I'll take it out. Well, when it finishes baking, I'll take it out the oven and show it to you. Then once it cools, we'll frost it. And I'm gonna add nuts to this too, also. That's something else I plan to do that Carrie, have to give her full credit for this cake. She didn't add any nuts because like I said, it was gory work potluck. And you have to be careful about adding nuts to things. So I'm going to go ahead at this point and add the food coloring. This is orange to represent pumpkin. I don't know how much I would need. This is a guesstimation, you guys. This is gel, food coloring gel. Got it off of Amazon. Okay. Oh, perfect. That's just what I wanted. That's the color I wanted. Really, really pumpkin looking. I'm going to go up to high speed. Okay, and that is it for the frosting. And I'm going to use walnuts. I'm going to add some walnuts to the frosting. And I'm going to fold those in. I figured it'd be a mess with the mixer. I don't want too many, but just enough to give the cake some texture. Because, like I said, she didn't add any nuts. It was super moist and super creamy, but I'm a nut lover, so I figured it could use some nuts. It's going to take some more nuts than that. I'm not measuring this. And these are walnut pieces. Okay, and there you have it. This is the frosting for the pumpkin spice cake. So she said to refrigerate it, so I'm gonna go ahead and put this in the refrigerator and let it set until we get the cake out, and then pull this all together and show you a really easy, delicious treat or dessert, especially since it's Halloween time here in the United States. So I'll be right back. I'm gonna put you guys on pause, and I have the frosting here that's already ready to go. I have that sitting out on the counter. So I'm gonna come back in about an hour, frost this and tell you guys my joke. You know, I upload 2 videos a week, and always include an inspirational quote and tell a joke at the end. And I'll see you back in about an hour. And if you like this video, please like, subscribe, and share. And more importantly, leave me some comments. And if you're gonna serve this at a party for Halloween, you can get some fancy candy or some spooky candy to put on top. I didn't think of anything like that, but it's not for Halloween. For us, it's Sunday. I think it's like the 20th or something of October. So I'll see you guys back in about an hour. Okay guys, I put the cake in the refrigerator for about 30 minutes, so it's nice and cool to the touch. And if you like this video, please like, subscribe, and share. Those that know me know that I upload 2 videos a week, and I always include an inspirational quote and tell a controversial joke at the end. I got a real cute one for you today. So I'm just smoothing the cream cheese frosting over the cake. And I have a lid for it. I'm gonna leave it on the counter. She said I can't put it in the refrigerator. And like I said, I'm gonna cut it when I take pictures and show you guys. This cake is so freaking moist. So that's why you definitely don't wanna cook it any longer than the recommended 30 minutes time that the box recommends. And thank you, Carrie S, so much for this recipe, because I love anything simple and easy. That's what my channel is all about. And for the beginner, some people are born with a silver spatula in their hand who can cook and cook anything. I personally just do not like to cook. I like to eat. So cooking is a chore for me. But like I said, eating definitely wins out. So as you guys see on my channel, your girl will cook. So there it is. It's all set up. You can see that, and I'll take some better pictures of it so you can see it. Let me turn the camera around and tell you guys my joke. Okay, there you have it. I've tasted the frosting. It's absolutely fabulous. And if you're gonna serve this at a Halloween party, put some candy on there, maybe some scary candies or something like that. Maybe you can order off of Amazon, and that'll be a definitely delicious treat. So here's my joke. A daughter came up to her dad and she asked, "Dad, what's gaze?" Dad says, "People who are sexually or romantically attracted to one another, to one of their own sex." She then asked, "What's penetrating gaze?" He said, "Can you read me the whole sentence?" She stared at me with a penetrating gaze. See, he thought it was something crazy. That's why with kids, you never know. That was smart how he said, "Can you read it to me in a sentence?" before he proceeded to answer. Penetrating gaze. But that's it. Like I said, hope you like this video. Please like, subscribe, and share. More importantly, comment. Thank you guys for watching, and God bless. And y'all can thank me later if you try this cake. It is absolutely fabulous. Hope to see you on the next one. God bless and have a good evening.